Hello, welcome to Trigger Warning. On tonight's show, we're going to talk about Sri Lanka. We're going to talk about fat people and Nazis. We're going to be talking about the measles time bomb we're waiting on exploding here in the UK. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Extinction Rebellion glue people. And we're going to be talking about Count Dankula and why he's the worst Nazi. All that and anything you'd like to talk about coming up in the next hour or so. Graham, hit that shit.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
It's good to be back for another show. We are live, of course, tonight on the mighty, humongous, purple-headed warrior that is liveleak.com. We're live on YouTube, we're live on triggerwarning.tv/live, and we're live on the Book of Face. Pretty soon we'll be live everywhere. Gonna start off with saying hello to the team.
Hiya, you alright?
Hiya, Graham, how are you?
I'm good, man, after that
Do you
little...
want to tell me why you're getting adverts to ask you to join trans groups?
I don't know, man.
Computer?
I don't know. I pulled up Facebook to get the show, to get the comments for the show, and it was asking me if I want to join trans groups. I'm like, okay. Google's been listening to me. Don't know.
Been listening to me.
It's been checking my porn history, obviously.
I don't believe you. You doing all right, mate? You good?
Yeah, you know what, though? A month ago, it was asking me about, it was gay groups coming out. So maybe they just think there's something there, but they're just testing the waters.
It's not that they think. They can tell.
Yeah, man, those algorithms know where you're going before you do.
For some of us.
Yeah.
I'm acting like I haven't spoke to you this week. We did a 2-hour stream on Monday night, a 2-hour stream on Tuesday night. Wednesday night we took off because the football was on.
Yes.
The podcast would have come out on Wednesday night, but, you know, Graham had been drinking. And now we're doing this tonight. And you're back on Sunday with your stream that goes out on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Yes.
My word, what a lot of streams. What a lot of content. Marvellous. Before we move on, I've got to say, Trigger Warning is very aware of societal norms and the way things should be done. We know that making any kind of sexist, homophobic jokes is wrong because it can show those people in a negative light, even if you're joking, regardless of context. We're very serious about political correctness and not unnecessarily hurting people by using jokes or lulls. I just had to get that out there. Cherry Dude!
Yes.
Sucks any good cock this week, you filthy queer bastard.
Yeah, yours.
Top. I said good cock. Mine's not good. Mine's bad, you get the bad AIDS.
Is that your idea of a good cock? You need to up your standards, mate.
What's that crozzled thing you've got hanging out there? I don't think so, dude. He knows cock.
Crack eggs.
He
for this.
knows cock. So you can't make gay jokes now. It's wrong because it's nasty. Despite the fact I'm okay to do it in front of the gay people that I know, it's wrong. You must never make it's homophobic to make jokes and accuse people of being gay. But I don't know why it's wrong when only you don't know he's gay.
I'm not, though.
He just, see, he's not coming out publicly. He's not, but we know, and it's cool, dude. We embrace your sexuality here on Trigger Warning.
Oh, thank you.
It's okay. We support you.
Sam?
It's all right. Graham will tell you it's all right.
Yeah, no judgments, man.
He's had loads of cock.
I know he's going to have
I don't mind, honestly.
His balloon not lost its snap years ago. Me, massive bear. It's all right, dude. It's all right. You've seen on my way home when I popped the leather waistcoat on.
Yeah, I know. Heated seats.
So it's not about being non-PC. It's about being open and honest at all times. There we go. Had to get that out there.
There we go.
Cherry's really uncomfortable about the whole
I'm
homosexual thing, just because he hasn't come out yet. That's all it is. It's just because he hasn't properly come out publicly, just to his friends. I'm just helping, dude. I'm giving you that.
I've got no friends.
You have now.
I have now.
Just get buff, get downtown.
I'll get me.
You'll get 12 yards of cock within half an hour, dude. Telling you. They'd love you. You're easygoing, you're
It'd be an
friendly.
improvement.
You're friendly. You're easygoing.
I'm friendly.
You got it all going on. Just give in, enjoy
All of
yourself.
this.
Enjoy yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to.
Be who you are. Be yourself. Don't let society put you down. It's always good to start off with at least 5 minutes of gay jokes. And apparently, because I said queer, by the way, you are allowed to say that because that's in the LGBTQ.
It's the Q.
It's the Q.
One of the Qs.
One of the Qs. How many Qs are? What's the other one?
Questioning.
Question.
Yeah. Like literally, like.
So
if
it's
you-
now LGBTQQ.
Well, they either say Q plus or Q2.
Q plus. So LGBTQ plus. I don't understand this shit.
Sometimes they put a K in there. Which
K, what's the
includes me.
K?
Hey.
Kink.
Kink.
Kinky, yeah. So like when they
Well, how is kinky a sexuality?
I don't know, but it was a great week when they were doing that. But then they stopped doing it, probably because I came out as LGBT.
Yeah, the flag came out straight away.
As soon as they said K, I was like, no way, I'm oppressed.
Oh,
This is awesome. Where do I get my fast track to
to what?
therapy?
Oh, conversion therapy, yeah.
I really like being a K. I did. It was a really good week.
Before we move on, someone's noticed I'm a funny colour. I know the colour correction's gone mental. I look suspiciously well on this monitor here. I do not look that healthy.
Yeah, we spent an hour colour correcting you to try and make you look like you're not dying.
Yeah, it's very strange. Who we got in Lively chat? In Troll Central, we got G.I. Joe, who's, I don't know what part of the spectrum he's on tonight, so we'll look at that. We got Snooper Loop. That's either Alechidel or Alec Hiddell, I'm not sure which. Uncle Neckcutter, hello, sir. Steve the Queen. And I did see some other names there, but they're going through too quickly. I'm just going to say hello to some of the people watching on YouTube, because I've just got that up here just so I can address them for once. We've got Drone Tech in. Drone Tech, sir. Skype in later, dude. Well, it's always good to have someone on that makes Graham look even more right-wing than he is. We can't find anyone more right-leaning than Graham. We've tried really hard. I've got Drone Tech, got Fano Boss in there, got Chappie, Paul Greystone, and some others as well. How you doing, guys? Hope you're doing well. How are we looking on Facebook before I get into the really terrible story first?
Good, man. I mean, I'm not reading out the likes or the hearts because obviously you guys have sucked already. There's more likes than hearts. Not good enough. You don't get anything.
Shameful.
But Fano and James are in there. They've said hello. Morgan said, should I feel guilty for watching the Patreon-only show even though I'm not?
No, because it just went out to everybody. Don't worry, fill your boots. It went tits. There's a surprise. There's an absolutely surprise.
David wants you to know that he's one of the Qs.
Well done, which one?
He hasn't said.
I mean, I'm all for people being whatever the fuck they like.
Yeah.
Be whatever makes you happy, as long as it's not hurting someone else. Go be you. Are you listening to me, Cherry?
Yeah.
Go be yourself, live your life, be happy.
Dude, that's what I mean.
Maybe that's why they took the K's out of it, because it was all about hurting someone else. Didn't fit
But
the
that's
message.
consensual.
Oh, yeah.
Although those gay guys years ago were charged with grievous bodily harm. I forget the case. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this. They had a party where they were literally beating the shit out of each other. I mean, blood, shit, snot and tears. They were all happy,
Yeah.
but the police saw evidence of it and charged them all with GBH. So there you go.
Do you think the police could do you for putting someone in a dog cage?
I don't know. I guess it depends what you do to them once they're in there. I don't know. Oh, we got Cup of Tea in. Hello, son. I think I saw Fat Belly in there as well, so that's cool. Right, let's crack on, because we've got a few things I want to talk about tonight. And, of course, if you want to talk about anything, by the way, get in touch. Live at triggerwarning.tv is the email address. There's @triggered on Twitter. There's all the different chats. Someone will catch it sooner or later. Or you can Skype in, which is why I wear this ridiculous earpiece, so it just helped me hear those guys a little easier. It's just add us on Skype, live at triggerwarning.tv, yeah, on Skype. And if you do call in and we don't answer, we'll call you back, and that'll be cool. Okay, first thing, we're going to talk about Sri Lanka. Obviously on Easter Sunday, some fox. It's a fox screaming. Sorry about that, guys. Just throws you off, doesn't it? Wildlife. when you're this close to the city. On Easter Sunday, 359 people at the time I last checked were killed in a wave of suicide bombings in Sri Lanka. 3 churches, 3 luxury hotels were attacked. 359 innocent people lost their lives. Snuffed out, just like, can't click my fingers because of this shit. Shit doesn't work. 359 lives, snuffed out, dead, gone. A horrifically brutal attack. Not to mention the number of injured, lives changed forever. ISIS have claimed that this was a retaliation for the Christchurch shooting, where one guy who was most assuredly not a Christian killed innocent Muslims in a mosque. In fact, I think 2 mosques. Innocent people doing the prayers, whatever they do, and he went in and slaughtered them. So ISIS claimed this was a response. I'm not sure how 3 churches counts as a response to that. I'm not sure who they are to think they should be responding to anything. They're just vile murdering scum, right? But the weird thing, the suicide bombers, we think of suicide bombers as being people from poor backgrounds, people of no education, people that are easily led. At least 2 of these were from really quite wealthy families, middle-class guys. One of them was educated here in the UK, wasn't he, Graham?
Yes, yeah, he came here for university, yeah.
I can't hear you through this tonight. I'm not sure why. Anyway, reasonably well educated from reasonably wealthy families, and it makes me wonder if I'll be hearing Skype after as well. But how can it be a retaliation? Because the guy that did Christchurch was not a Christian. Now, I'm an atheist, dyed-in-the-wool atheist. But there's things about the way this came out that bother me intensely. Not just the fact people were murdered. Let's step away from that and look at the reaction to it. See, the reaction to Christchurch was a general outpouring of sympathy. Obviously, there were people online that were just happy to see Muslims die because they're scum. Not the Muslims, the people that are happy to see people die. Just because they're Muslims, they're fine with it. We don't need to address vermin like that. We don't need to. It wasn't a room full of suicide bombers he shot up. It was a room full of innocent people, just like the people in these churches. But quite rightly, after the Christchurch event, outpourings of grief and sympathy and world leaders saying how it was a tragedy for the Muslim community there. The Muslim community pulled together, we can all be together. And it was addressed as such. It was a minority that were attacked. Doesn't matter whether they're a minority or not. It was a group of people that were attacked because they were a group of people. So rightly so, we sympathised. Some people went further. They turned up in hijabs and things to be outside for a candlelit vigil and things. But whatever, whatever does it for you. If you think that works for you, it's none of my business. I might find them to be a symbol of oppression, but others don't, a symbol of comfort. Whatever. People went to show their solidarity with a group of people, and rightly so, because they were part of the community. They were innocent people. It's fine. But the way there was a reaction to this attack was really confusing for me. As an atheist, keep that in mind. I don't subscribe to any man-made religious bullshit. I just don't. I respect your right to. I respect your right to believe whatever you want and to go through life believing it, providing it's not at the expense of other people. Which is kind of tricky for most religions, to be fair, some more than others, perhaps. But when Hillary Clinton, there we go, tweeted about it, and I believe Barack Obama as well, about the church bombings, there was no mention of Christians. No mention that, I feel for the Christians around the world, and for the Christians here, and the Christians community has to gather round and we have to show solidarity. There was none of that. And I found that really odd, because it was churches that were bombed. People were attacked because of the group they were in. In this case, Christians worshipping at what I suspect is the holiest day in the Christian calendar, Easter Sunday. Hillary would have referred to them as Easter worshippers. Easter worshippers. We don't call Muslims Eid enthusiasts or Ramadan fans. We don't call Jewish people Hanukkah maniacs, Purim psychos. We don't do that. But for some reason, maybe it's because it's the largest religion. I don't know what it is. It's not as if Islam's a minority religion. It's fucking huge. But for some reason, we're not allowed to show any kind of solidarity with Christians. Now, I don't believe in being forced to respect. Whilst I respect your right to worship, I won't be forced to respect your religion, your gods, your idols, whatever they are. But in society, we're told if you disrespect Islam, you could be in trouble for a hate crime or something like that. Disrespect Judaism, although a lot of people do that fucking constantly. You could still theoretically be pulled up for anti-Semitism, something like that. But there's nothing for Christianity. Now, I know if you are a true Christian, you turn the other cheek anyway. Pity the unbeliever, just, turn the other cheek. It's fine, whatever. But surely the rest of us have a duty to show some kind of equality to all of these religious groups. If you attack a church, you're attacking Christians. If you attack a synagogue, you're attacking Jews. If you attack a mosque, you're attacking Muslims. Nothing else matters when you're doing that. You're going after that group of people. If it didn't matter, you'd just go after shopping centres, where you'd catch one of everything. Now, I get it. I kind of get it. They don't want to talk about the Islam angle too much because it might fire up the people on the right to talk about Muslims, and then ordinary Muslims will be victimized. But by the same token, there's nothing whatsoever wrong with pointing out that this hateful group, who are predominantly saying that they are Muslims, although you always get that argument, the no true Scotsman argument, okay? It can be no true Scotsman that does that. Look it up. This was a Muslim group that attacked Christians. This happens a lot in the Middle East. Happens a hell of a lot where the Christians are usually the persecuted minority. But we won't recognise that. Now, I'm all for cartoons of Christ. I'm all for that. A bit of lampooning of, like the Jewish stereotype. I don't mean in those dreadful Nazi cartoons that people post online all the time. Just, taking the piss. We should be able to do that with Muslims as well. It doesn't mean you're being victimized, just taking the piss. It's okay. Your God will be okay. But for fuck's sake, can we not be fair about this? There was an attack where people were murdered because they were Christians, not Easter worshippers, not people praying, not this, not that, for being Christian. They are a minority in that part of the world. We're supposed to stand up for minorities. That's what we're supposed to do. So if we're going to do that, let's do it. Don't pick and fucking choose. Be honest. Be consistent. I just don't understand the messages put out by the likes of Hillary and Obama. I don't understand why I used her first name and his last name. I should have said Hillary and Barack, but it sounds like we're friends then. We're not friends.
Yeah.
I don't know what Trump said about the bombings. I don't know. I can't imagine he fucked it up too bad because I didn't hear about it. So, it was probably okay. But I don't get this willingness to ignore something so obvious. What's to gain? I don't understand. And as an atheist, I've got no dog in this game. I just see innocent people being murdered because of what they believe. And that doesn't sit well with me. When people were saying about Christchurch and, well, the Muslims this, the Muslims that, it was just innocent people going about their fucking business, praying to their God in the building that they use, and this prick went in and fucking killed loads of them. This was no different. So why no rallying call for Christians? Why not? Are we really that frightened of the far right that we just better not say anything in case it sets them off? And we better not say anything about Islam in case it sets them off. If you're worried about any critical opinion of groups only affiliated via religion that will kick off a mass problem, we've got bigger problems. We shouldn't be pussyfooting around these groups of people for fear that, oh, fucking hell, you can't criticise that religion because you get fucking killed. No, we've got a problem if that's the case. We've got a real problem. Because you know what it means? It means we're kowtowing to the fucking extremists who don't give a fuck about anybody else. ISIS don't think anyone else is Muslim enough compared to them. Much like the Wahhabists. I'm sure Orthodox Jews don't think any other kind of Jew's Jewy enough for them. But on the flip side, you don't worry about taking the piss out of them. With the stockings and the funny hats and things. I love those fucking furry hats. I want one of them. Big round furry hats. Look fucking great. I might have to get one. Set that guy that calls me an internet Jew shyster. That'll set him off good and proper, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get some photos done. I'll get that done. That'll set him right off. But I think, like I say, the ultimate one was Hillary Clinton referring to Christian people in church as Easter worshippers. Doesn't even make a lot of sense. Easter worshippers. They don't worship Easter.
I know. 12K. What was it? 12K 324 wanted to make sure you knew that Obama did use the same term as well.
Oh, there we go. Doesn't surprise me in the least. Doesn't surprise me in the least.
He also added that Hillary is a soiled nappy.
Hillary is a terrible human being. There's no two ways around that.
So nappy.
I don't think I'd have called her a soiled nappy. I'm getting nothing through this tonight.
I really don't know why it's up.
Yeah. Just do a. Oh, you can't do a Skype test call because I'll hear everything then.
I'll get into do it.
Maybe I've
next time.
unplugged this when I was taking my cut off before.
I don't know.
I don't think I have. God, I hate this fucking thing. Yeah, I have. I just unplugged it.
That's why you can't hear. I know, because I've been sat here looking at this desk like everything's fine.
There we go.
Like, I can't do it now.
I'm a very funny colour tonight.
Yes.
Sangam.
Yeah. Slagging off Trump whilst doing your best to look exactly like him.
My hands are too big.
Fucking men.
I have normal size hands. I have a normal size phone. Whereas you have the tiny little phone. For your tiny little T-Rex Trump hands.
Here we go.
Does it ever bother you that when you look at your phone,
Yeah.
it doesn't look quite as good as when I look at my... It should.
No, because I've been playing games all my life, and I've got the starts of certain feelings, and I'm not explaining it again.
My phone did not give me carpal tunnel syndrome.
No. But I'm just not. I'm not adding to it. I just held it, and I was like, "This is fucking stupid." I'm gonna sit there for. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Shitty girly
I've
hands.
told you why I didn't go for the XL so many times now.
That's it. Wait till you see my phone. You'll feel a whole lot better.
It's just I don't feel bad. I feel fine. Like I held that. It was too big.
I can tell everything's fine by the way you're explaining it at
Because you
length.
keep fucking saying everything. Keep going. By the way,
I was
It's
just
like-
saying
it's like
that things look just a little bit better
what,
on my phone than
Alright,
they
yeah.
do on yours.
yeah. Here we go. Here
Well,
we go.
Graham, fix this fucking colour for me, dude.
Oh,
Just fix it.
what do you want less of? What do you want more
I don't
of?
know. Go back to the thing. And is it you squeeze the blacks and the whites? Take the blacks to the left.
Okay.
I do not look that tan.
How's that?
No, I don't know. Take the white back up to the other end.
No.
Hey, what?
No.
What are you doing?
No.
Let's leave it. No, that's worse.
Can you put some clown
Take some
makeup on
red
it
out.
as well?
I don't know anything. I shouldn't be letting Graham do this.
No, let him.
No, yeah. Let's do it live whilst we're on air.
Go for it, mate.
So you take the red out, and then it just makes the fucking.
Oh, just leave that.
Nose,
Just leave
clown
that.
makeup.
Yeah.
Just leave that. That's fine. Let's just leave it.
Okay.
That's closer, at least.
Yeah.
to the colour I am.
You look more human.
Man.
There we go. Everyone wants you to make me black. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that on the fly. I'm sorry. No.
Fair, guys. I'm far from tanned, but I'm not as greenish white as I usually appear in the stream. I'm sort of between the two. Sometimes red.
Dude, you look fine, man. You look
That's
fine.
only when I get excited. Get very excited. Guys, if you've got any opinions on the Sri Lanka thing, love to hear it. Live at triggerwarning.tv. Skype in. I can hear now. I'd like people to Skype in. I like it when people Skype in. I like to talk. I'm a people person.
We've had a bad night for chat leads, haven't we?
Yeah, Graham snapped off the headphones in one of the computers.
Yeah. Do you know what we were saying over there on the couches about presenting certain parts of the truth? You're spot on. You're really good at it, aren't you?
Well, you did. You tripped over it. I didn't say you did it on purpose.
Yeah,
Don't get all high pitched on me.
He left another trap for me.
Yeah,
As he always
on a
does.
desk full of wires. There was a wire.
On the floor. No, I'm not doing it.
It was only on the floor because you knocked it down and
It
then
was
tripped
on the
over
floor.
it. I've got to buy new headphones now.
No,
And I've got to bring pliers in to get that out. But it's fine. It's my burden. I'll live with it.
He wants things looked after, but he's just going to leave them on the floor.
Hey, Graham,
Unbelievable.
I don't break them.
Okay, you leave it. You do this every week. You leave little traps for me because this is your little. You've got your little nest.
I only come here
You've
once a
sorted
week.
out, and then you're like, you'll put your headphones there, but then the entire cable's on the floor, and then it's like, don't you fucking trip on it.
Excuses.
No,
if
here
only
we
you
go.
looked where you were walking, you'd be fine.
Tasty Eggnog said Odin will be respected by all, and Ricky said, "Hail Odin, hail the ancestors." So he's making a comeback.
It's because of Ian McShane, innit?
Yeah, you know what? I probably would.
Yeah,
If I had
why
to
not?
pick someone.
Well, if you're going to pick a god, you might as well pick one you like. Maybe Thor.
Yeah.
He's very muscly. You'd like him, Jerry. Smooth muscles.
I just straight up agreed with you. Like, before you said the cherry part, you were like, he's very muscly. And I was like, yeah, man, yeah, I'll go
Sold.
for that. Yeah, sold. Quebec says the libtards believe Christians are historically evil.
What's a libtard? What's a libtard? I don't understand. Do you mean liberals? I don't think you understand what the word liberals means. We need to address this. We need to fix this.
Are we going to fix liberals?
Let's fix liberals. There we go. If ever there was an edit point. We're going to fix liberalism. In fact, no, we're not. It's getting a bit much online now when people say liberals want to ban this, liberals want to restrict freedom of speech, liberals want to take the guns, They can't be liberals! They can't be liberals. It's impossible. It's impossible for a liberal to want to silence you because freedom of speech, freedom of expression are liberal ideas. I don't mean Democrat Party. I certainly don't mean leftists, whatever that's become these days. In my days, if you're on the left, you were liberal. If you're on the right, you were conservative. And conservatives shared lots of liberal ideas, and liberals would share some conservative ideas. Most people existed somewhere between the two. Now it's all got fucking mislabeled and wrong. Fact is, liberalism, liberal, has a meaning. It has an actual meaning. Look it up and see how it doesn't apply to those people that either you call liberals or think that they're liberals. Because they're not. They're not liberal at all. The further left you go, the more fascist they get. You can't have liberal fascists. Makes no sense. Antifa are not liberal. They're not liberal. So we need to fix this now. We need to find a new word. And I believe there's one that's multi-purpose for left or arseholes. Dreadful, dreadful arseholes. If you're over on the far right and you're just a racist motherfucker and hate everyone, you're an arsehole. If you're over on the far left, you're halfway to a fucking socialist, which doesn't work. Social ideals are great. Socialism doesn't work. You're a fascist. You're a dreadful, dreadful fucking fascist. Arseholes. But let's not drag liberals into this. It's like saying, if all of a sudden someone said conservatives were people that just want oppressive local governments and detest minorities and hate people of colour and hate people of different religions, but that's not true. of conservatives. Conservative people just have conservative values, but they still love some liberal values, like over in the States. Liberal values such as the right to bear arms, freedom of speech, things like that. They're liberal ideals, but not leftist ideals, clearly. So let's sort that out. Let's get a grip on this now. Liberal is good. Leftist and tea-free sort of people, not good. Not good at all, but definitely not liberal. There we go. Fixed the liberal problem. I love it when we fix problems. Makes me feel like I'm doing my goods in the world.
You did do very well then. You
There
did.
we go. Fixed.
12K323 has said people who think they are liberals have gone off the tits.
Yeah, but there's people out there that think they're Napoleon or Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
It's like catch-22, isn't it? Where you think you're insane, so you want to go home, but then if you think you are, then you can't be.
Exactly. No, liberal is good. Liberal is good.
We've had Everett trying to Skype in. Should we call him back?
Yeah, if you like. Before we move on to the next story, because we're already at half past.
Item.
That went on a little longer than anticipated.
While she's sorting that, man, I'll just get a few comments for you. G.I. Joe said, I have no sympathy over Christchurch. David's just made a grand statement. He said, I think God should do something about this.
I'm trying. He's got no sympathy over Christchurch?
G.I. Joe, yeah.
Well, that's because G.I. Joe's fucking mental, though.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Nice one. Could you just full screen him for me, please? Just double click on the thing.
G.I. Joe has no sympathy. No, but he wants sympathy for him. Just fucking nutcase.
Double click on anywhere on the picture.
There we go.
Jerry's on it, dude. Don't stress him.
All over it.
He's doing his best. I'm still not unconvinced you haven't had some kind of head injury today, dude, but... Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How are you, sir?
I'm outstanding. How you guys doing tonight?
Okay. I'm looking healthy.
Well, I wondered are you going bowling tonight, or did you hurt your wrist?
No, I have carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh no!
So I have to splint it up to see if it'll go away, and if it doesn't, we'll deal with that at a later date. It's just an inconvenience, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah. So I guess one thing I wanted to get out is last week. I think on your show you said that you assumed I was a heavy drinker, and I'm just not sure where you got that idea from.
I just made it up.
And
which leads me to believe now that you've brought it up. Brought it up,
I just play one on Live Leak because I it's best to get some kind of common denominator between.
I think you've got the makings of a man that hides bottles around the place and the family can't find them. But don't worry, look, it's like I was saying to Cherry before with his sexuality. You with your rampant alcoholism, it's fine. This is the place to bring it out. Trigger warning it's that warm embrace. Just you can feel Graham's arms around you. And those aren't car keys in his pocket, by the way. He doesn't have a car.
And another thing, you said it was around the same time I got my dog. Didn't you just recently acquire a dog yourself?
No, we got our last dog we got another rescue in September last year, but I did take it to the vets today, and it cost me £120.
Well, how's that dog doing? Was it a bulldog?
Yeah, she's a bulldog, British bulldog. She's doing great. She's just starting to come out of her shell now. She's great with it. She's a really gentle solo. So she's only just starting to come out of her shell. She's affectionate, quiet, but she's really starting to come into her own. She plays with the cats, the other dogs. She's really good. She's great, thanks.
So she was an adult before you got her then?
Yeah, she was about 6 when we got her.
Oh,
6 and a
because
half.
we got a puppy around that same time, and it's just been a nightmare ever since we got that puppy. So I just wondered if you're going through the same. But
there's two types of people in life,
I'm guessing
dude.
You don't have the same problems that I'm having.
There's two types of people in life. There's those that can train dogs, and those that just spoil them. I'm not going to count the other ones that don't like dogs because we don't talk about those sort of freaks on.
Right.
So there's the people that train dogs, and I don't mean the mean, nasty ones that hit them with sticks till they do things and only teach them words in German. I mean, people that can make them sit, stay, do this, don't bark at me when I'm eating because you want my dinner kind of people. Then there's people like me who just give the dog everything he wants. So but it works for us because we take rescues in that maybe had bad lives with breeders or previous owners that didn't really give a shit about them. So we take them in and spoil them rotten for the remainder of their days. That's what we do.
I see. Okay, I see. Yeah, well, ours is a rescue as well, but it was different circumstances where it
Good
was
on you,
just
though.
abandoned, basically.
Well, good on you for taking one on, though, dude. Well done. Seriously.
Yeah, well, it's been, and the training is actually one of the things I was interested in talking to you about. We're going through the training right now, which I can watch a YouTube video and learn how to change the transmission in an old Buick, so I'm sure I could understand the same stuff that they're telling us.
What breed of dog is it?
Paying for. What's that?
What breed of dog is it?
We're not 100% sure because it's they were abandoned, but they say lab mix, which in the United, I don't know if their labs are like
Labradors.
they are over there.
I was brought up with Labradors, so
yeah, but lab. When I say that lab mix, if you walk down the stalls, it's either a pit bull mix or a lab mix. And
those
they
are
have
your
no
two
idea.
choices. Well, I mean, the only thing that matters in it, just teach it not to shit in the house. And apart from
Well,
that,
we're past that hurdle. But the question I had for you was we're getting, because we have another smaller dog that because she's about 70 pounds right now, and she's 9 months or almost 10 months, I believe. So she's almost full grown. But we're getting mixed signals with using the electronic shock collars. And I from what I understood,
don't put one of them on your fucking dog, mate.
Aren't they?
Would you put one on your child?
I'm not saying we have, but aren't they banned over there? In
I think that we're working on it.
I've got one, mate. They're not banned.
Yeah, but there's a difference. There's a difference between you giving yourself a little G up to get a bit of energy, as it were. No, don't. Rule of thumb, okay? If you wouldn't put it on your kid, don't put it on your dog. You wouldn't use a choke chain on your kid, tempting as it sometimes might be. You wouldn't do that. Why would you use an electric shock collar on an animal?
I've got one of them too.
I didn't say I made the decision to get a shock collar. I said that in our research, we're coming with the problems that we're having.
Oh, yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
Attacking our smaller dog.
I'm just saying don't. There's a million other ways. Don't even go down that route. That's a route for cruel, lazy fucking people. Okay? It's just fucking wrong, isn't it? You don't have to teach an animal with pain.
All right.
You really don't.
We're all into the positive, but some people when we tell them the problems that we're having, they're like, "Well, why don't you get the collar?" And they look at you like you're a fucking idiot because you haven't made that, you haven't went out and bought that cruel, torturous.
Well, here's an example, Aphid Lip. Here's an example. Someone who probably might not be fond of me when I say this, but yeah, it's T3. He says, I have hunting dogs. They need a shock collar. No, what they need is an owner that doesn't get hard on from killing animals. That's what they need. Fucking shock collars. Yeah, they've always had shock collars for hunting. You need them. Well, it's amazing how many people don't need shock collars for their hunting dogs. But the easiest thing is to not go hunting. Stay at home. Give your dogs food and let them sit on the couch and watch the TV with you. That's what dogs were invented for. That's why we invented dogs. Companions. Friends. Our furry, fluffy friends. So yeah, don't go the shock collar, dude. Just
all right. Well, you've made my decision final.
Yeah, just be patient. That. Be patient and loving. Do it with encouragement and treats. It's like it's a similar thing. If you've got a kid, yes, you could theoretically teach a kid by being horrible to it and beating it when it was wrong. But you know what works so much better is reward and encouragement and love. And it's the same with animals. The only people that don't do that are people that are basically cruel pricks. And that's a fact now that I've said it. Across the board.
Well, I wouldn't, if I had to, I would barehand my dog's shit, if he shit on the carpet to get it out of the room. But if my son just so happened to shit on the floor, I probably wouldn't barehand his shit either. So there's differences in both directions.
Yeah, dog shit's very unpleasant. But you don't have to barehand it, dude. You just get a little bag, couple of wipes, clean up, bit of cleaner. It's fine. It's fine. The same applies if you have a little accident of a Saturday evening after a little... it's just that it's fine. It's fine. It's just a shit.
All right.
Unless it's a big loose one. They're a nightmare to clean up.
The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is you guys don't. I mean, I'm guessing because it's called the Boy Scouts of America. You guys don't have anything similar to that over there, do you?
It's where it was fucking invented, dude. The Boy
Oh, yeah?
Scouts, Baden-Powell. It was here. You remind me of that American guy that told me we shouldn't celebrate Halloween because it's an American festival. No, it was we have the Cubs, the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
The Girl Guides.
So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but just in
Not
the
very
last couple
familiar. That
days,
would make me unusual.
They've come out with this thing where I guess they've been kind of treating molestation and stuff the same, almost like they followed the Catholic handbook, and now 78, I wrote it down, it was 7,800 cases of where they have hidden and not reported to authorities these whatever you call them.
Did they come up with an excuse like the Pope? You know, like the Pope blamed all the church molestation on the sexual revolution in the 1960s and the free-for-alls. Have the Scouts come out and said, well, you know, if you're going to put kids and men in tents together, it's going to happen. It's just, that's life in the country. I don't know if they've come up with such a
winning excuse yet. But, and there's almost 13,000 instances of instances where this has happened. So, and my buddy, he's a scout, a scout leader, or scout, whatever the fuck you call him. And I had asked him, unrelatedly, probably 2 months ago, when they're now here in the States, they're trying to allow females, because that's such a great idea. They're starting to allow girls into the Boy Scouts, because the Girl Scouts, I guess, aren't fun enough for the Girl Scouts to have fun in. They want to do the fun stuff that the Boy Scouts do.
They'll probably be safe. I've got an idea that Scouts, and obviously I'm sure there's some marvellous Scout leaders out there, but I imagine sometimes it's going to get a wrong and it's going to attract a certain kind of wrong and that wants to be around the boys. So bringing the girls in might just fucking calm them down a little.
Well, maybe. But I doubt it. But anyway, he told me that almost all of their dues, because he was telling me about an instance with a boy in his thing, and how they have a lot of problems with that. So if they allow young girls in there, that's just going to be compounded. And he was telling me that most of their dues go for legal expenses for getting them out of situations like that. And I didn't think of it at the time. But now it turns out that these legal instances that they're trying to get themselves out of is these, brushing these, instances of molestation and predators under the rug and not reporting them.
Well, luckily,
so I didn't know,
dude.
I didn't know if you had heard that yet, so I thought you might.
I hadn't heard that, but I find that very easy to imagine. And that, my son will never be joining the Scouts.
No, I mean I have a son.
It was never going to happen. If my son goes camping, I go camping with my son.
Right, yeah.
I don't send him off with some grown man that wears brown shorts and has a fucking woggle and a weird tie and wants to teach him how to tie knots. No. Right. No. Strange men rope my son? No.
Yeah, I think it's safe to just not give your child away for the weekend to any other person, and if you follow by those rules, I think you're ahead in the game.
I think, I pretty much agree. Dude, we're gonna have to move on. We got other things to.
I'm going to.
Thank you so much for calling in, Fidlip. Genuinely appreciate it. Let us know when you're next doing a show so we can give it a big plug for you. I
sure will, guys. Have fun and take care.
Take care, sir. Bye. That was Fidlip. That was a nice chat. Went from dog training to molestation. That's a quality call.
Yeah.
And I got to insult hunters. All at the same time. And discuss picking up different kinds of shit. This is what I like. A varied call. That was brilliant. I enjoyed that. So much so I probably went on a bit too long because we got all this other stuff to cover. But it doesn't matter.
It is what it is, man,
It doesn't matter. But we are going to have to move on. Fat sex therapist. I can't even say that without that. I can't figure out... Anyway, look. This woman here, this is Sonali Rashanjwa. Fucking what? I'm shit with these names, dude. I'm so shit with these names. Sonali Rashatwa. She's a fat sex therapist. I'm not sure if she's a fat sex therapist or a fat sex therapist. If she's a sex therapist for fat people or just a fat person who's a sex therapist. I'm going to imagine she's probably quite delicate about the word fat. How do I know this? Well, it's quite simple. She's come out with some cracking quotes recently. First one being, she gave a speech at St. Olaf College. St. Olaf. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Her words. I truly believe that a child cannot consent to being on a diet the same way a child cannot consent to having sex. She's comparing putting a child on a diet to fucking it. That's what she's doing. She compares putting a chubby child on a diet to sexual abuse. Sexual abuse. But I'll bet you £1 to a pinch of shit if you said, how do you feel about 4-year-old children transitioning? She'd be like, well, that's only right, isn't it? But not dieting, because fat's good, right? These people will tell you. Being fat, the size of her. Being fat's great. Being fat's wonderful. She also compared fitness instructors to Nazis. That's right, the people that help you exercise well and responsibly and get healthy are actually Nazis, because we all know that the Nazis were actually very good at helping fat people get into shape. That's what the Nazis were renowned for. They were often homosexual. I don't know if that's across the fitness industry. It just seems a lot of them were. They were built like brick shit houses and were very polite and nice and helped you not have a heart attack. Nazis were renowned for it, not to mention the tight shorts. This woman's a fucking disgrace. She's the sort of woman that says you shouldn't fat shame people, because being fat is not something to be ashamed of. I'm fat. Used to do the gym when I was in my 20s. 3 times a week, every week. Bang, bang, bang. Broke my back, fuck the gym. Fractured my back. Stopped the gym. Could have gone back. Lazy. I like sitting on my fat ass too much. Eating food. So I'm fat. It's not a gland. It's not a gland. It's not society's problem. It's not healthy. I'm just a fat, lazy fucker. That's why I'm fat. Eat too much. Don't do enough. She eats even more and does even less, but sits there judging people who don't think their kids should be morbidly fucking obese. And calls people that help other people get healthy Nazis. Here you go. You want a bit more proof? This is a corker. Corker. Her words. She calls the science that states obesity is unhealthy fat-phobic, saying that it is often actually eugenic science. Eugenic science is Nazi science. Not only the fitness instructors Nazis, all those scientists that say, lose a bit of weight, you might not have that cataclysmic heart attack, or the stroke, or the diabetes where your legs come off. The really bad diabetes, not regular bad, really bad. When we got to inject yourself and you get ulcers and the legs off and the blindness. Nazis, Nazi bastards. They can't bear to see someone being healthy, large and happy like this lady. But she doesn't even stop there. She triples down. She slam dunk. People sat and listened to this.
2 hours.
2 hours of this shit. No one stood up and said, shut up, you fat fucking idiot. No, she triples down. Boom! She said, I do not think it's surprising that the man who shot up Christchurch, New Zealand, was also a fitness instructor. She also added that the shooting was a clear communication there's still an idealised body. Yes, because he only shot the fat people. He was clearly a fitness Nazi out to shoot fat people, and all the fat people just happened to be in that mosque. And the ones who weren't fat were obviously just collateral damage for this fitness Nazi's fucking... She's blaming that fucking Fruit Loop killing Muslims on the fact that there are people out there who believe being really, really obese is bad for you based on stupid eugenic Nazi science. Because we all know it's the Nazis that clog your arteries. It's not you eating fucking cake all the time. No. It's the Nazis. They sneak in at night. plug up your arteries, sew you back up, and then go to your doctor. They say, oh, your arteries are a bit furry, get down the gym. And then the fitness Nazis take over. And if you don't listen to them, get shot. How can anyone fucking listen to this woman with a straight face? How can you have 2 hours of it? She just said, is it my fatness that causes my high blood pressure? Or is it my experience of weight stigma? It's your fatness. It's your fatness. It's not because people are going, oh, you're fat. It's because you're fat. It comes with it. Higher blood pressure. Again, the diabetes. Other things. It comes with it. Comes with the territory. It's not other people giving you high blood pressure. It's all those fucking sausages. That's what's doing it. It's like someone that smokes going, that Jeremy Clarkson on TV is going to give me cancer. No, it's not. It's a cigarette. What a dreadful woman. What a dreadful woman saying dreadful fucking things. You know, I'm fat and happy. No, you're not. You're just fat. Not happy being fat. You're just fat and you lack the willingness to do anything about it. Sure, I'm sure being slimmer and everything would be great for me. I'm very lazy. One of my business partners is massively into fitness in a big, almost professional way. Don't know if he's a Nazi or not. I'll have to look into that now. And he's always saying we can put a really simple procedure together for you to do. I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. Let's do it in a few months. But he can't be a Nazi because he doesn't shoot me, Graham.
Yes.
So where does this woman get this shit? How are people allowed to say these things in public without someone going, you're full of shit. You're full of shit and you're wrong. And I suspect you're mental. You're just a big fat bastard that eats too much.
Drone text just gone, damn Nazis. It's made me happy.
They're fucking everywhere, these Nazis. We'll be talking about Nazis later on, but they're everywhere. Fitness instructors, mass shooters. Some of them are, but not because they're fitness instructors. I'm sure fitness instructors overall are probably perfectly reasonable people. Well, fucking weird. That was just a weird story. Child abuse if you don't have a fat kid. That's stuff. Just stuff the bacon and the pies and the cheese and the sweets and stuff it till you get one of them really fat kids that you see like those Chinese kids on the internet memes where they've got no wrists. They just have hands on the end of big lumps and tiny little faces with big fat fucking heads. Wait, get a child that weighs 400 pounds at the age of 8. I use pounds because there's Americans watching, and if I say stone, it just derails them completely. Big fat fucking children, otherwise you're raping them. Remember that. One of them will probably watch this and say, that was actual violence. A phrase I fucking detest. When what Johanna says actually no, it's words. Words are not violence. Words can sometimes lead to violence. For example, I suppose someone could theoretically watch this segment and tomorrow go over to the neighbour and go, never said it before, mate, but you're really fucking fat. I mean, I don't know why people often feel like pointing this out to your average fat person, because the average fat person has a mirror in the house. They know they're fat. It's people like this woman, deluded, demented. I don't understand them. Have we got any emails, Cherry?
Yes, we've got one off Smoke Steve.
Is he fat?
Possibly.
Is he a Nazi?
Possibly.
Hmm.
He heard an interview on NPR from a camp in Syria with women and children from ISIS. Everyone said that they cannot wait until the day that ISIS comes back. The women believe it is a mortal sin to even show a finger. Well, whatever that means. Are these people on lost cause? What the fuck do you want to do with thousands of people who think this way?
If they're from our countries, we have to take responsibility for them and deal with them. What else can we do? You can't make someone stateless. International law dictates that. Apparently my idea of putting them all on an island off Scotland, putting food and all amenities in, just keeping all these nutcases together, apparently that's against the human rights. I can hear that mic typing really loud. Well, sorry, dude. So what else can you do? Take responsibility for them. Monitor them. Spend fucking fortunes keeping an eye on them. What else can you do? What else can we do?
Yeah. Boats sailed and that. You know, people are like, oh, send them back, send them home. It's like, well, no, they're English, they're British.
We have to own it. We got to deal with it.
There's no way to send
We
them.
allowed this shit to happen.
Yeah, it's our problem, man.
We have to own it. Any more emails there, Cherry?
No, just the one.
Sweet. How are we doing on the social, Graham?
Well, just I know you tried to say pounds, but you failed. Just saying the word stone got you a what a cunt from He Was a Good Boy. Just that.
What a cunt.
Just straight away.
Yeah, but he's not right. It's all right. He's not G.I. Joe levels of mental.
All right.
But he's quite cross, so that's okay. But sometimes he's all right.
Blanco Diablo said, "Are the climate protesters Nazis?"
I don't know how fit are they.
I don't know.
Gotta look into that.
I've got to say, I'm not going to get to everyone's comments tonight because it's just going mental.
Is it
but
rammed?
I will say that, yeah, YouTube, pretty much everyone is off the face right now. It's
Sweet.
just uniformly
That's what I want.
wrecked.
That's what I want.
That's where all yeah. For example, Chappie in YouTube said, "I choose not to be obese anymore." So there we go.
Cut my legs off. Weigh a lot less now.
Ralph,
Diabetes.
Ralph twice said, "Wherever she sits in the room, she's next to you." Dude, there was a lot of fat jokes. I'm sure you
course
can
there
imagine.
And we don't make fat jokes on True Warning.
No. There was loads of pet stuff as well. All said, "I rescued 2 poodles and a fat ass cat."
Good, well done.
Fano's trained his cat to sit down. So there you go. Which sniffer wants to know why Hayden's head is all red?
I don't know. It's the colour correction. Or maybe I'm excited. Maybe it's those 2 Viagra I took before we started. Or my veins standing out like hose pipes yet.
No, you're good, man. You're good. T3 said the one phrase we always get at some point in the show, which was "Don't mess with Texas," which is where Sol D Sol's from.
Don't mess with Texas, in case they take you in a tent and bum you. Is that why?
We've just lost D Sol, actually. He said, "I'm going home now," so he's just sat in work watching this.
Good.
Good
Well
man.
done.
David wanted to know why Afid Lip looked like a Cuban leader. I don't know. It's just his style, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the way that's how he rolls. Drone Text just said my head looks like Mars.
I don't know.
It's not like Drone Tech to be rude.
Well, when you look there, it does.
Cherry, no one sees what's on it. For the
No, but I
5th
can.
time, Cherry, no one sees that fucking monitor. I told you 10 times. It's that one that you can't see right now. I keep pointing to it, and you keep looking everywhere
I do.
except where I point. For some reason, I look glowing. And either I've got
Glowing.
sunburn, or high blood pressure, or whatever it is. But that monitor, no one sees what's on there.
No, but it's fucking meant. It is.
I know you're happy, but you've been laughing at the strangest things tonight.
I know.
You said you've not had anything. Have you bumped your head today, dude?
No.
No. Just check. I'm just checking. I just care.
I've been working all day today.
Gosh.
I'm normally in bed by now.
Oh,
Asleep.
Bless.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you fuck. You're usually still on my WhatsApp at this time, Graham Booth.
Hayden. Are you awake? Have you seen this link?
Sometimes it's literally one of them as well. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
And then it's, what link? Ooh. There we go. Can't believe Drone Tech was rude. Such a nice boy. That woman that came on our channel on the YouTube to tell me off for swearing says that Drone Tech's much nicer about it than I was.
He's got some sass on him this evening.
He has.
I don't appreciate it.
It's a bit too much spunk from that young man this
Yeah.
evening. I'll have to come on your show soon, Joe. See if I can fuck up your subscriber base. It's just dropping shit in like, well, you know, John Tech, like we were discussing last week when, off fair, obviously, where it was like, you know, we should be taking everyone's guns off them and voting for Hillary. That'll go down really well. Let's have a look here. Yes, Cindy Drone, that's exactly right. She gave me a proper telling off. She told me off for swearing, for having tattoos. I'm not sure what I can do about that. She said, I'll never get a proper job with these. And also, how can I expect to meet a nice girl and settle down who'll give me nice children if I don't stop swearing and not have tattoos anymore? I didn't have the heart to explain I'm already an old man with a child and a wife I adore and who tolerates me, and I've been with her for 20 odd years. I didn't have the heart to tell her that, so I think I might have just told her to fuck off. Something like that. I don't know. She wasn't happy about it. I have seen her channel, Drone Tech. Way too fucking creepy. Couldn't watch those videos. Didn't want any part in that. Didn't want any part in that. G.I. Joe saying he's still not going to install Skype. Wait. So we're okay with that. We've got to move on because we've run out of time, but I've got to get these stories in because they're only short and I want to enjoy them. Count Dankula is the worst Nazi. That's right, Mr. Meechan, Count Dankula. Okay? If you Google him now, all the UK press calls him Nazi pug salute man, Nazi man, Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. So I'm wondering, is he a Nazi? Is Count Dankula the man in that that's a pretty badly fitting suit? Nazis don't wear badly fitting suit. He's a terrible Nazi. Now, that's a Nazi. Look at that. Tidy. His hair's brushed. No big fucking things in the ears for putting the fingers through with the holes. Nothing. I don't know about tattoos. He might have had a couple once. Little butterfly on his ass cheek. Don't know. But look, tidy. Neat little moustache. He had his problems. But that is a Nazi. Okay? Let's move on. That's not a Nazi. That's definitely not a Nazi. That's a really shit Nazi. Because that's the Communist Star, isn't it? Whatever it is. I don't know the real name for it. The Red Star of Russia and communism and hammers and sickles on his tit. This Buckfast enthusiast is... I told you I'd get that in. Shit Nazi. Dreadful Nazi. These... They're good. They're American Nazis. Look at them. Tidy. Neat. Kind of happy the one sat down. Perhaps he's got a... Is he a dwarf? Is that dwarf Nazi in the middle? I don't know if they're Illinois Nazis. We hate Illinois Nazis. Nazis. Moving on. Not a Nazi. That does look... I know that's when he was arrested. But look at his little face. He's so happy. I imagine, being Scottish, he's drunk or on heroin. Oh, no, that's Edinburgh, isn't it? No, I think he's more the Glasgow side. I'm not sure. Anyway, probably. He's also going to be he might be a member of the European Parliament soon, so his vices will stand him in good stead. He's just got to start banging the fucking hookers now, and he's away. But a really shit Nazi. I mean, no offence. Seems like a good bloke. Scruffy. Funny ears. Tattoos. Piercings. Communist leanings when he was younger. Doesn't add up to Nazis. And I know Nazis. I know Nazis. For example, real fucking Nazi. Most racist, hateful motherfucker I met in my entire life. I can spot a Nazi. Count Dankula is not a Nazi. Will you stop calling... Keep that photo up. I like that. Stop calling the guy a Nazi. He's a million miles from one. He doesn't hate the Jews. It was a shit joke. Stop. We've seen Vice absolutely slamming Sargon of Akkad today. There's a fucking surprise. Was it? No, not Vice. BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed. The AIDS of the internet was slamming Sargon today. And they always did to him as well. And all our press joined in. Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. How can he be a fucking Nazi? He doesn't appear to hate anybody. But he said gas the Jews. Oh. He must have meant it then. But can we go back to a picture of Count Dankula? I think I can prove you wrong. He's not a fitness instructor, is he? He's not a fitness instructor with his little belly full of Buckfast and fried Mars bars and things like that. No! So he can't be a Nazi. Because he's not a fitness instructor. We've got it sorted. We've just fixed it. You have to stop calling Count Dankula a Nazi. Instead, call him future member of the European Parliament, which fills me with deep, deep joy and happiness. Count Dankula. Look at that little... Couldn't you just pinch his cheeks? Oof, like that. I mean, obviously, you got to watch out for the... You don't want to hurt him. But just... Ooh. Like to do... Wouldn't you like to do that? He always seems so happy. Even when he's getting dragged out of his house in handcuffs. Pissing himself.
I always want to tickle his belly. I get that feeling.
We'll have to do something on BuzzFeed in the future. We'll definitely have to do something on BuzzFeed. G.I. Joe's in chat saying no Google browsers for me as I went in and disabled Google from fucking around on my computer. Why is he so paranoid? I've explained it to you before, dude. No one gives a fuck what you do, what you look at, unless it's really bad. But they don't fucking care. The government does not have a file on you. Why are you so paranoid? Apart from the obvious reasons you're paranoid, and that isn't because you should be. It's, I understand. But calm down, dude. Google, my whole house runs on fucking Google these days. They know everything I do. Everything I do and everything I look at. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. T3 says you took Viagra and you're talking about this dude. Yeah, of course, man, 'cause it's really hard. He's a good bloke, but it's really hard to get wood over him, isn't it, Countdown? You've got to really rub one out, so the Viagra helps. Still takes a while, but you know you're going to be there till the end. Full. That's a really terrible thought. I'm just going to take some Viagra and have a wank to Countdown Killer, if you don't mind. Be smashing. We got any emails, Cherry?
Yeah, we've got one of a user.
Countdown Killer solicitor.
Possibly. Just reset password, etc. Can't join in with Hayden on trigger warning tonight. Please fix THX in advance.
Can we start that one again?
Just reset password, etc. Can't join in with Hayden or trigger warning tonight. Please fix. Thanks in advance.
Okay, that's more of a support one, isn't it? They need to send that through the site, so I'll definitely get it. But there we go. It just means they've got a problem with the password on the website.
Yeah. Well, it was an email.
It was definitely an email. Make sure you read out them ones where it's like fucking, we've been watching you wanking on the internet. Give us Bitcoin.
I put them back to mine.
I get some. I remember the first one I ever got of them.
Yeah.
We've accessed your computer. We know what you're doing. I said, dude, send me the video.
I was sat there like that. Ooh.
That sounds awesome. Never got back to me. Never got back to me.
I always forget to record myself, so I'd love a video like that.
How can you forget to record yourself?
I can't hold the camera still.
Yeah, exactly. I've got too much going on, man.
Yeah, there's things to do.
Well, like you got a selfie stick, or feels like when you put it in your mouth as well. You're like, ooh.
Dave,
so you can have both hands free.
We've just had a really odd comment off David. He's saying he can't sleep, which is odd because it's why you want. I don't understand. Is this show a sleeping aid?
Drone Tech's going to go and play on Rust. He'll jump on in the next stream. Going to play Rust. Isn't that full of kids? Drone Tech. Multiplayer games are the devil's work. You know this. See you soon, sir. I'm coming back through one of those mics. One of those mics is really hot. Is it Cherry's?
Might be.
No, it was Graham's. It's Graham. Basically, when Graham's been on the desk, if you plug your headphones, which I can't do now because he's broke them, into the desk, the headphones are so loud your ears crawl off your fucking head. It's unreal. T3 says Rust isn't full of kids. You've been checking.
Quick to jump on that, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why he's in a minute. It'll be. That's why I'm off to Roblox. Anthem is full of kids with a thumbs up from Wonky. Full of them, loads, really gullible ones. No parental supervision. One more quick story. I'd like to talk about the glue people. That's right. You know the Extinction Rebellion protests we spoke about in a previous show. They're not very clear about what they want. The stuff on the website doesn't make a lot of sense, but they've all got valid reasons in their own minds for being there. All these middle-class people that have driven down using fossil fuels and all these things to protest, and they're gluing themselves to things. Well, I'm sorry, a comment threw me. T3 says, I'm only 27, Hayden. That's old enough to be a bad one. Yeah, so they go down, they glue themselves to things to protest against the Earth dying and we're not doing enough, and it's an emergency, we're all going to die in 10 minutes' time if we don't stop using a certain type of straw, or just stop, if we don't stop using everything, which they do whilst tapping into their fucking mobile phones that are vastly polluting, and yeah, anyway, you get it. But today was beautiful, because I as much as I love watching middle-class dickheads glue themselves to the floor and the windows and anything else, today they glued themselves together. Let's put that full screen so you can really get a good look. They put super glue all over their hands and basically held each other's hands whilst wearing costumes that make them look fucking stupid. I believe this might have been in front of the stock exchange, where I'm sure everyone just used a different door.
Yeah, there's loads of doors to the building.
So they glued themselves to each other and everyone just stood and watched them. Now, there are many things this would have been handy for. For example, the police could have just handcuffed one on one end and dragged them away. Could have done that. But I think these guys have got to step it up a bit. Yeah, we're getting too used to this now. I think there's only one way for them to go, and I think they need to do this. Yes, they need to make a human centipede to protest the climate change in the world dying from the fumes and the plastics. They need to get down to that there London and all get in a nice big line. And I know in the films they sew the mouth to the arsehole, but that's tricky. Can't always do that. But they've got all this fucking glue to use. They've got loads of glue. Glue, just get the person in front, open it up a bit, get the glue round and just push your face. In like, just right on and get the person up behind you. And then you can all crawl round the stock exchange. Crawl round, slowly eating the excrement of the person in front of you. Which I'm sure is what they... Cry, my head is red tonight on this. Wow. Just that would be perfect. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't believe in their cause if they were so dedicated that they would glue their mouth to the anus of a stranger and eat their poo? I'm sure Tom Six would be fiercely supportive of you guys doing this. In fact, I know for a fact Tom Six would be fiercely supportive of those guys doing this. If you're part of Extinction Rebellion, next time you're down there and they're going, well, you know, guys, we've got to step this up. I'm afraid gluing our hands to the floor isn't working anymore. We glued ourselves to the trains, but they used a solution. My advice is still just to drive the train off. You don't even have to go past the end of the platform, just to watch the guy screaming as he's... just a little bit. He won't do it again. Just say, right, like, here it is, come on. Everyone drop chow. Drop chow. Just get on. Get on. Careful with the glue. You don't want to glue the nose shut as well. There's no way to die suffocating on an arsehole. Be careful. Safety first when you're making an environmental human centipede. And just think of all the recycling you'll be doing. No need for everyone to have a bottle of Evian. Just the person at the front. No need for everyone to go to Pret-a-Manger for some delicious tofu and hummus sandwiches, whatever it is these people eat. Just one big sandwich for the person at the front, and it'll work its way down. Beautiful. Extinction Rebellion. Future human centipede. I salute you. Get it done. Hit 'em all. Only went over by quarter of an hour.
Yep.
I'm really not good at this.
Smooth as silk.
Boom! Nailed it! Feel good, feel empowered. Like a lady should. And I am a lady because I identify as one. That's how this shit works now, right, guys? Oh, yeah. Gotta be careful around Cherry, though. He does like the trannies.
Yeah.
Transgenders. Not allowed to say trannies, am I?
I've got a tranny pass. From a tranny.
Have you got the card on you, though?
No, I don't bring it to work. I'll bring it next week, I promise.
Bring it to work.
Guys, that's all we've got time for. I'm sorry, I've really enjoyed tonight's show. I've really, really enjoyed myself. And I've not even been that horrible. Maybe a little bit to chip, but who gives a fuck about that? it makes a change. At least I'm not calling Graham a paedophile, and I have called you a Nazi and a racist, but I've not called you the pedo this week. No, your bicycle and your Instagram.
But you did put a picture of me on screen. Describe me as a Nazi. That'll be a nice one.
It's an illustration of a point. It's just an illustration of a point, dude. Don't take it personal. Although it was about you. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. I've really had a blast this week. We'll be back with what Graham calls the big show. The big show. I had to put that in the tweet today. That is not Hayden's nickname. Because that wouldn't be cool. You can call me the big show. The big unit. The fat dickhead. Take your pick. But we'll be back with the show next Thursday at 10 p.m. UK time. But remember, at 10:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, Graham and myself do the Trigger Warning podcast vodcasting. Keep an eye on our social media for all the links to that. It usually lasts it's supposed to last an hour, but we did 2 hours on Tuesday. Graham also has his show, which is Trigger Warning Sunday, every Sunday, or as many Sundays as he can feasibly do while still being a regular human being. 12 p.m. UK time, and you can watch that on YouTube or triggerwarning.tv/live. It's usually a solid hour, usually more, of looking at all the headlines and the cool news stories that come on. It's really, really good, so make sure you check that out. Clips coming out through the week, and we're doing all of the bits and pieces, including the podcasts and everything else. So come join us wherever you can, have a chat, sit down, relax, and let's all hug. Because we're fucking friendly people. We are some friendly motherfuckers. All of us. I mean, obviously, not those guys, but the rest of them. And I don't like being touched. These guys will hug the shit out of you, though. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I've enjoyed your company very much. Speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.